Hello everybody, we are back with Steel Division. This is not a Vulcan game. I don't play it with Vulcan. Now that I know that he's streaming on Thursdays, it's generally the game I'm going to be playing. Those are the days I get actual good games, usually. Or frankly, just get games, period, because a lot of other times you log into here and there's... So, oh well. Never mind all that. Today it's 10v10, because I particularly like 10v10s. And this has an example of some of the best teamworks I've ever seen. And I end up deploying in this. Up. Speed, because it sucks. I get myself an artillery right off the bat, a bunch of infantry, a machine gunner. I don't know if that guy lives. He might. Facing... Oh, I'm here. On my right is... Oh, there's the metal dude, and someone whose name I can't see because it's in blue with a blue or dark background, because that is the most brilliant text color I've ever seen. Nuclear Natal. Or Natal. And then on my left is Mr. X, who will only be known as Mr. X because I'm not going through the Mr. Y PL thing. Then this flank we have still can't read it. Gillimund. Only assuming because it's just a freaking line in blue. And further on we have screw it. Mobuts, Rorar, Monk of Funk, that's a good name, Bubble Box, Gilmund, Hosa 66, United Strike, Mr. X, Nuclear Natal, and then me. On the other side we have William, Zark, 1st SS Panzer Corps, Aplars, Mysterio IX, Mysterio 9, Government Issue, we all know government issues. Not saying the name, not making, well, I'm making fun of the name, not the player. Government issue when I was in the army was pretty much, most of the stuff wasn't. Because after all, it's all made by the lowest bidder. Gravina, Kazami, Tooth Decay, and Ducky. Tooth Decay, kids, remember to brush your teeth. Go to the dentist, because I haven't seen the dentist in fucking 4 or 5, maybe 6, I don't know. So, in front of me is Mysterio 9 with his 116th Panzer. Off to the side here is Government Issue and... Nope, just Government Issue. Off to the left of me is Aplars. And because of a popular request, mostly focusing on what I do. Even though that's not generally what I do. I like to see what other people do in the replays, because I played the game, and I know what I did. I know I basically fucked up immediately, because I have a tank, these are buildings, and I have no line of sight because of the trees. So I have to take the buildings. But my plan was to take the buildings anyway. That is what we... I was kind of confused because it's closer combat, so all the armies start like really close to each other as opposed to way in the back. He did bring in this Panzerwerfer. Most annoying freaking thing the entire time off the bat. He made very good use of that Panzerwerfer. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that it pushed out this far because I thought he was going to be a bit more aggressive than he was. But he wasn't. And so I deploy my infantry in the line because it's fast. They move faster off-road on foot than they do off-road in the truck. So I got them moving up on foot. Kind of surprised at the lack of stuff from me. So I send my artillery to help over here in front. Trying to aim, but they blue with a dark background. nuclear natal, and line up with the building. And that building is blue. Seco. This is what he's going to be called, Seco. So I'm using my artillery to support him because I don't have much in front of me. And I just used my Cromwell to kill the Panzer III that was right here. Cromwells are good at that. And I've been taking out tanks more, initially. Particularly Shermans, because they're 10 armor. The Pak 36 50 mil has a hard time taking care of that. So, it can easily kill Cromwells. Cromwells don't have a lot of armor. But, after being counted by armor several times, I've been taking out armor myself, because... Panzer IIIs, they're alright, but everything can kill them. I use Panzer IIIs a lot myself. If they don't run into armor, they're good. Or if they run into, like, really armor. Because their armor is only 6. They're easy to take care of. I just realized I never actually plugged in my... I'm hoping that there's no... Daily dose of professional video recording from... There we go. So yeah, like, I'm not scared of that 50 film. Because even though it has to one-shot me, because if it doesn't kill this tank on the first shot, it's going to be too stunned to do anything, and it's now facing a half-track into Cromwell, and it dies. This is why I don't like to use anti-tank guns myself, because they suck, really. So I've got this Cromwell shooting at it, and I've got my artillery shooting at it, and it's dead. Got like one shot off. Now my Cromwell's up against the Panzer III. It also has to hit first off to kill. Doesn't. My guy actually has to hit it to kill it. It's kind of working in my advantage because he's so stunned already and he's missing so much. He misses so wide that it doesn't stun my tank so much. Even though the Panzerwerfer comes in and just start shelling this with rockets. Which isn't a terrible idea. These guys come up and destroy that thing. Here. This is why I like to use infantry instead of anti-tank guns, because infantry has a dual purpose. Killing the enemy infantry here. I'm not really babysitting. Worried about what's... Oh, oh. Drives the truck. Well, he now knows there's no anti-tank in those places. What does this thing allow him to... Who is this? Flappers. Probably... So that scout allows him to see all of this. What about your scout there, Gil? What is your scout? All of that. And that has no star. If that was my scout, he would be here, and there would be nothing there. But moving on. Like there's a switch in the game. Gen Jeff scouts must suck balls. Ah. This decay is now supporting Mr. 9. I'm going to start butchering. Yeah, I'm pulling back after that rocket barrage. The tank is way back. Also pulling back because I saw something. Yeah, the brute firefly. Not one. I kind of wanted to lure them out because this is really good position. Because these trees block line of sight. So you have to get into ambush range, and that isn't helpful. Panzer II. Done. It just bit off too much, more than it can chew. It's stuck in, and now it's dead. Poor little. So I know this is here because it's shooting at me. I use my tanks to like pin it down and try to kill the machine. They can't see this other one. They can. They can. This Panzer II shows up and immediately dies. These things are brilliant against infantry. Those things just slaughter infantry. And I'm still trying to not attract the attention of Firefly. I don't really like this, because I know he's got anti-tank infantry in there, because the Germans have lots of it, and I can't see it because of the trees, and that's because line of sight is limited. Doesn't really have much to do with the recon. What's your name? Mr. X. Yep, Mr. X. So, yeah, his scouts can't see that much either. They do see some stuff. Not all that much. They do see the infantry popping in. That tells me the location of that machine gun, because I wouldn't be able to see it. Out come the half-track. 7mm, and I've got 2 Humblers with their 50. Actually has armor pen value. I don't know what gun that is. Besa 15. Tempted to Google that. So these can actually conceivably kill armored units. I'd always love to ambush a Panzer III with it and see if it can kill that. Because let's see. The AP value increases each time you close in with a unit. And the range is 800 meters. So if you close into 100 meters, that's an extra 7. That gives it an AP power of 10 at under 100 meters. Which is enough to go through this. More than enough to go through this. But it'd help if they actually... Even that range, it's about 350, 400. It's half the range, so it gets an extra 4, so it's a 7. That can almost go through at short range. But it doesn't matter. I ambushed this with the infantry anti-tank, and that is what I love to do with my PX anti-tank and stuff. It's so much more effective than anti-tank gun, if you can close in. Tumbler there. That anti-tank gun shows up, gets spotted immediately. Start artillerying it to death. I can even see this guy, even though I'm not sure. That's probably because of this. Yeah, that's got to be because of him. Pathfinder's there. Your recons. Optics very high.
Sergeant Highway is hit.
Optics very high. Doesn't seem like it's. Yeah, that rocket launcher was the bane of mine. Yeah, so I've got my Cromwells taking care of the 50. I kind of take care of that, but not going to go well for my command Cromwell. EP power for that. Still does enough damage to destroy these things. I see a couple more Panzer IIIs coming, thanks to the recon. Certainly not my recon. It must be this guy still. So he's seeing stuff way the crap out here.
Stay low.
Still doing that. What's happening right now is Mr. X in front of me is building up for an attack. Lucky shot kills a full squad. Full strength squad right there. Alright, shortly my position collapsed. Yeah, even the 50 mil on the Panzer III has a hard time taking care of a Cromwell. Sometimes. Took care of this one rather nice. This one's... It's got more armor. It's 11 armor. And it gets bailed out. And this is about the time where it starts to go quite badly. Tumbler Mark III got that thing. That's dead. We're doing really well over here. Must hand it to Gilmond. Doing well. He's going to fire first. And at that range, he isn't missing. Got two later back there. They're still trying to kill this. Somehow, I like this. Somehow, he doesn't actually see my recon. Where is he? Why is it that I now can't? There it is. Like, they can't see the recon, despite the fact that the tank is like 50 meters from them. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, my recon can't see anything, but they can't see it, so... that recon... There they finally go. This guy failed on the flank shot. So my recon can see this, and they start seeing the infantry. They still don't see shooting at it. Which 50 mil gun failed to kill the half-track. So my recon, until it dies, is enough to see all this coming. As this guy starts to do pretty decent. And I've got my Firefly Harris here. 7 front armor. But I don't really have any adequate line of sight, and I've got no way to move into line of sight without exposing the side of the tank, so I don't end up moving in it. Mr. X has got more coming, and I just don't have much. And I drive the Firefly up and then go, screw this, I can't get a good shot off on anybody, so I just pull back. I bring up a bunch of, got 2 Shermans coming. Shermans. Mr. X here deploys that, and I save up to have a bunch of infantry. Because I'm bringing in I'm going to bring in motor rifle, take the orchards here, take advantage of the line of sight limit. Because the tanks can enter here, but they still can't see well. I'm debating, what do I want to do with these guys? Do I want to go up? Do I not want to go up? This guy's still fighting over here. His Kapplers has brought a type. So these guys end up surrendering. This half-track decides to drive in front of a Firefly, and the Sherman kills it. Yeah, I thought this was a much stronger push than it turned out being, looking at it now. Because I thought there was infantry out here too, so I thought there was a lot of infantry units. The Crusader AA dies. It only has 3. Crusader tanks did. So I thought there was a load of infantry here. But still, this is anti-tank Panzer Grenadier infantry. Those will slaughter tanks. Know it. range of 150. So I call for artillery. And this is why I'm doing it, because Mr. X immediately obliges with 16-inch guns. And is just perfect. And this guy's got his Panzer III H170mm thing, calling artillery. Doesn't have his sniper. He's Mr. 9. Some air support. But planes aren't going to do a heck of a lot against that. Here comes some more air support. So, artillery comes in, smashes everything, planes come in and bomb. And then I go on the offensive. And how quick this gets cleared up is amazing. Which helps that there wasn't that much there. So this dies to the Firefly. The Firefly sees his Panzer IIIL. I've got more infantry coming. Some of it, not all of it's mine. This guy immediately causes this guy to fall back and having an engine. And then, like, all the positions regained. Here's my infantry. The half-tracks. And it just wipes this guy's push out. So fast. That thing is both of these are annoying. One of the annoying things about this game is, like, they had these really good tanks. I eventually bring, but they had the Germans had these heavy tanks, which are really good. Missing some parts off the front. They're really good, particularly in the open, where you can control the engagement so the enemy can't get flank shots on them. But that was countered by our air superiority, because we had Typhoon's anti-tank with heat rockets. Now, in this game, they still have their tanks, but half the time, the Germans end up with air superiority, so the Allies can't use their ground support aircraft. And it doesn't matter, because the Typhoon anti-tank only has high explosive rockets and not heat rockets. So it's like you can pelt those things at tanks all day, they won't do anything. It's like, I've counted it before. Some people have gotten lucky and one shot has killed a Tiger. But, like, for a Koenig's Tiger, attacking it from the flank, I have used 6 Typhoon anti-tanks to no effect. Well, it stunned it still and it caused it to fall back. But that's really annoying, because not only do they have air superiority, our anti-tank post support just sucks balls. It just sucks. And Mr. X drops more artillery here because this is going to be theirs. We know there's another concentration there. There's always a Willie's OP. Willie's OP. OP stands for overpowered. Fuck those 16-inch guns. They're really overpowered. So I move up to, like, stage the assault for when the artillery lands. And Mr. X here was brilliant in his artillery. Even though, and this guy's out of the circle, but it doesn't matter. Boom, and the next shot lands wide. Oh, I remember him dying. But apparently the replay isn't complete. Firefly Harris is now being and harassing that. This is why I didn't continue the assault earlier, because that thing would just flank this nightmare. I've got my guys going up now. I'm going to take this position. I don't want my tanks to get too close, because they still have Panzer Grenadiers, and these Panzerfaust 60s are freaking brilliant. Incredibly brilliant. I'm using my infantry. Because the infantry, well, infantry start shooting at infantry, which means they expose their position, and then I can shoot them. They're brilliant like that. This is why you support tanks with infantry. So this guy's now falling back, and I move my infantry up, see if I can get a shot off on him, and he just surrenders. So, and now my Sherman is driving through 16 gunfire, just going, yep, whatever. I thought this was a tank. It's actually the Panzer III spotter, so it doesn't actually have a gun. I was a bit worried about it having a gun. But it didn't really matter because the Sherman fought. I'm sending in the infantry because I know there's still stuff there. There is. It's a Sperm Pioneer thing. See it yet. I wasn't sure if it was going to be an anti-tank infantry or something, but it wasn't. Now that it's not, I can move my tanks in without having to worry about it. Guys, just melts. And here comes the U-87G. Gets thrown off and shot down. That is not the best time to pull those back. Uses that one to distract this plane. Almost gets that. I think it gets away. And now with the fighters distracted, here comes another Ju-87G. I went to move up, saw this, and went, nope. There's too many of these shooting at Harris here. And I don't want him to get killed. I got loads more infantry. Mr. X has loads more infantry. He's dropping artillery over here. That goes. I see this, and it's just like, we're doing good. I don't need to put my guys at risk. Our left has done very well. The right has done adequately well. Our head compared with it. Up. And across the entire front, the Allies are doing well. Usually I don't see the Allies win. M5 gun falling back. M5 guns kind of suck. Anti-tank guns, infantry mobile anti-tank guns just kind of suck. Even when done incorrectly, because 4 people are not going to push a 2-ton weapon that fast. Sorry. Why real armies went to anti-tank guided munitions stuff, missiles? Because these things got so... The size requirement for these things got to be so big that you couldn't move them around the battlefield anymore. The infantry couldn't push them around. That never happens for me. I could use 6 and they wouldn't do it. This guy just uses 1 and poof, it's done. Typhoon anti-tank. Well, it's a 2-star Typhoon. And they're being pilloried now. And I've got my guys coming around this way. I'm hoping this guy pushes a Tiger up, but he never. I'm gonna ambush it. Yeah, that was that. And it was only because I just wanted to show off Mr. X's use of artillery and the teamwork that he showed. Just being at the right place at the right time, paying attention to map markers, and bringing in bombers and artillery. Because that turned that right around. Turned out it wasn't as strong of an attack as I thought it was, but it didn't matter because it could have been stronger. The power of the 16-inch guns would have still wiped it out. 2 times, I actually get a score. Yeah, did a Pack 50 kill anything? Fine. Anti-tank gun, once exposed, not really. Like how we're fighting 3 people to an extent on a regular basis there. Maybe not a regular basis, but there are a few people in front. tells me the enemy team was also doing some good teamwork. Wasn't quite enough. That was fun. Mostly just for Mr. X. I was just quite impressed by the timing of that and the attention to detail on the map markers. That was very good. Teamwork rules when it. Otherwise, they're just kind of someone else. Which is also equally. As the army. Well, one of the army phrases went, never underestimate the value of teamwork. It gives your enemy something else. So, that was fun. Good job, Mr. X. Good job, Mr. FX. Good job, him, too. That wasn't. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see. Bye. Thank you all for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to hit that stupid little bell thing that YouTube has added, because otherwise you won't get notifications of any new videos if you subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter, @GenJeft, as I always have my video updates on there, so you will never miss a video if you're on my Twitter feed, because they'll all be posted. And any other dumbass comment I make as well. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.